Hello and welcome back to Catch and Cook, California. Today we're doing our second mushroom identification video. This one is on this species here, the king bolete, also known as the porcini.
Side left.
Ways alive.
Booyah. Best porcini year I've ever seen. Very late, which is strange, but we're super stoked.
It's so big it cracked.
Breaking under its own weight. Now normally I don't pull the mushroom up, but in this case I want to show you the very base. You can see there's no gills. Instead, it's like a bunch of little pores. So if we go to our mushroom book here, and then we look through it, what we'll find is that it's not going to fall into any of these categories with gills. So instead, it's going to take us to the back cover here, and the underside of the cap is lined with a layer of pores. So if we follow this down, it's going to take us to the family Boletes, 152 to 183. And right here, right off the bat, you can see there's your porcini, but we need to be 100% positive. So we start flipping. The very first one is the king bolete, but we're going to go through every one of these just to be positive. We have special features here. So the cap is brown to yellow brown, red brown, or dark red, but often whitish when still covered with humus, and it's bald, and this is bald. Underside of the cap with a sponge layer, pore or sponge. Surface white when young, then yellowish, brown, or olive in age, not staining blue or brown when bruised, and that's very important. So it's the right color. Here you can see an older Satan's bolete that my brother found. It has red staining under the cap, red staining on the stem, and you note that when we cut it, it is not pure white and very rapidly oxidizes and turns blue. If you see this, don't eat it. The stalk is thick, at least 1 inch. The surface is finely netted, at least at the top, and you'll actually see that up in here. It kind of looks like an interlocking bunch of fibers. And then finally, the flesh is white, does not stain blue or brown when cut, and the taste is mild and nutty. Down here in edibility, it's one of the most sought after mushrooms. And I gotta tell you, we don't see these every year, but when we do, we're always very happy about it. These love conifers, so you can see right here it's grown in the conifer. And they're super tasty. When our buddy Lee told us that they were flushing right now, he found a bunch yesterday. I called up Chency and I was like, dude, we got to change plans. We're going right now because this may only go on for about a week. And then after that, we won't see these guys until maybe next year if we're lucky. So we got to get these now. We're going to cook them up. So it's solid, which means we're going to keep it. Good day. So remember, in that inside cover there was the diagram of the family boletes, and one of those images shows the cross-section of a bolete. Just above that porous layer that you see under the cap, when you cut it in cross-section, it's a whole bunch of tubes rather than actual gills. And so this shot right here shows you what it actually looks like when you cut a bolete in cross-section. So that nice olive green color there, those are the tubes, the base of the pores basically. You'll see in a moment we remove those tubes. They don't have to be removed, but we like to remove them, dry them separately, and we'll show you why. All right, enough talking. Let's get to processing and cooking. All right, folks. So this is a very, very first try ever making cream of mushroom soup with porcini. And, oh, I'm so excited. We've been smelling it for like an hour, so we're just gonna get right in here. Whoa.
It's so good.
It's so good. Whoa. These are delicious. Oh. We got garlic bread too. I don't know of anything that doesn't go well with garlic bread, but I don't know if you've seen this in our videos. I've noticed it because I spend hours editing this stuff, but there's this moment when we have a good recipe where one of us takes a bite and then the first thing that happens is we go and every time when that happens I'm like, boom, that was a success. This is a success. This is delicious. You just did that. The porcini is like deep, dark forest flavor. It's this background note, and I think that was the tube thing, right? Like the tubes underneath the cap. That underneath layer, right? We took it away, we dried it, we pulverized it, we threw it in there as like the base of the soup stock. It's like infused in here. Like the whole thing has porcini just like I'm a fan. This is really good though. I don't know that I've ever had a true from scratch cream of mushroom soup.
I have once.
Once?
Ours is better.
Alright, so we got a bunch of porcini powder. This is probably enough for 20 different dishes. Soups, stews, all that good stuff. We have a ton of dried porcini. And I guess all that we have to say now is
Keep the old ways alive.
boom! We'll see you next time. You're out of here. We're done. It's only outtakes for you now. We're eating. Bye-bye. Oh man, I turned it back on.
If you're not burping garlic at the end of this, you're not doing it right.
That's right.
Do you
This
want
has so much going on. Of
you?
course. Thank you. It's wonderful. It's really, really good. Very like dark, deep. Oh, here, I was about to describe the flavor, and since I took your parsley, that's all I've got now. Just parsley flavor. If you were a cat,
Why would you eat the garnish?
because you gave it to me. All right.